almost the whole town came together, gathered together. And somebody is asking, why? What is the purpose? Why they come together? Is there any politician rally or any concert of a well-known artist? And somebody says, no, they came to listen to the Word of God. Listen to the Word of God. For some nowadays, it's just out of imagination, update, not popular. But there is a group of people who truly love God and they listen to God. I remember a situation. I was having my holidays. Every 3 years I have holidays in Poland. So I came to Poland and I have my sort of a meeting with young people, and I'm talking to them about listening to the Word of God, reading the Bible. And at a certain moment, a young man, those young people between 17 and 20 years old, he stands up and he says, do you expect us to listen to the Word of God, to read the Bible nowadays? And then he takes his cell phone, a smartphone, and he shows and says, this is what we listen to. This is where we see the sense of life, and we are alive. And somebody adds, we are listening to this intelligence, artificial intelligence. Sunday's reflection, 11th May. Gospel today is John chapter 10, verse 27 to 30. And in the first reading, the Acts of the Apostles, we read, almost the whole town came together to listen to the Word of God. And then Jesus says in the Gospel, my sheep, they know me, and they listen to my words, and they follow me. Listen to the words of God. Many people nowadays, they listen to themselves. They listen to the logic. They listen to the wisdom of this world. For them, listening to God is sort of a restriction. It's the old-fashioned. For them, I don't know how it came to people's mind, but that is exactly how many people they think. I mean, that's my experience. For them, like God is restricting their perspective for life. And they have to like follow and not to be free in exploring and enjoying life. And that's not true. But we can see nowadays there is a waking up a group of young people, many young people. They came to church and they received the baptism and they want to listen to the Word of God. And they read the Bible. They read the Bible. And there are very good number of people who love God and who listen to God. So listen to the Word of God. I remember I am back to Poland, and I am in that town when some time ago I gave this lecturing about listen to the Word of God. And I'm walking through the park and I can see young man sitting at the bench, and I could see in his eyes that emptiness, that misery, suffering. So I sat on the opposite side and I'm writing something on the sand with a stick. And at a certain moment he comes to me and he's saying, "Are you the Father Janusz?" I said to him, yes, that's me. And then he says, "I'm Robert. I'm one of those participants at the talk about the listening to the Word of God." And then he talks about his life, that he has a girlfriend and a child, and they live together. Of course, no sacraments, no God, as he says. And then a few days ago, his girlfriend, together with the child, left him. And he says, life has no sense, no meaning. So miserable, so painful to me. And then he's like saying, where should I go? Whom should I listen to have life again? And I asked him, do you have a smartphone? He says, yes, I do. I said, and then do you have the connection, Wi-Fi connection? Yes. So I said, just open one of the applications, Google, and look for one of the applications of the Bible. So he's looking for a moment for the application. Then he shows me the screen, which one I should take. He asked. I said, take this. Then I asked him, open this application, open the Gospel of John, and every day from now on, start to read the Gospel of John 15 minutes every day. You don't need to listen to understand what he says to you. Your logic will tell you that you are stupid, that you have no sense of any understanding. You are wasting your time. Listen to your logic, but do not give up reading the Bible. Then I said to him, open your heart that the word of God become flesh again in you and lives in you, and then you have life.